You're listening to the Quint podcast.
मैं और तुम इन्हें दिखाई ही नहीं देते। हम कभी हरिजन हो जाते हैं, कभी बहुजन हो जाते हैं, बस जन नहीं बन पा रहे हैं।
This line is of course from Article 15. But who's behind the brilliant writing of the film? Hey guys, my name is Nand Kumar and you're listening to the very first episode of OffScreen, where we talk movies and web shows and to all the people who slog it out behind the scenes, that is off-screen, to make things happen on screen. This week on the show, I'm going to be speaking to Gaurav Solanki, the writer of Article 15. What's his writing process like? How does he navigate through the tricky world of showbiz? What was the weirdest thing a Bollywood producer said to him? There's so much to talk about. But before we get on with that, I want you to know that you can tune in to listen to me every Wednesday on the Quint's channel. So watch out for this space. And if you like this podcast and want to hear more like it, you can head over to the Quint's podcast section or subscribe to the Quint's channel on Apple, Google Podcasts and Spotify. So, let's begin.
तुम्हें एक हीरो चाहिए अदिति।
हीरो नहीं चाहिए आयान, बस ऐसे लोग चाहिए जो हीरो का वेट ना करें।
एफआईआर लिखी अब तक?
सर केस इतना सीरियस लग नहीं रहा था सर।
कब लगता सीरियस?
So Gaurav, I'm going to start by asking you about the film. Caste is such a thorny issue and in Bollywood is very rarely addressed. Sometimes also because of a lack of knowledge. There have been some Marathi films though, like Sairat, which was again still made in an entertaining format.
Right.
But what prompted you to sort of write this film?
So I have been the cast has been very important part of my short stories also, and in my initial scripts I also dealt with caste in some way or the other, and so because I have lived in North India, UP and Rajasthan mainly, and I've seen how caste is very important part of people's lives. How a lot of people suffer just because they are born in a certain caste. So I think caste or gender or religion, all kinds of identities are very important part of our existence, in at least in the subcontinent. So they are very important part of any story. But to write and make a script specifically on the caste, it was challenging. And as you said, not many people have tried this in Bollywood. I think this is the first mainstream film which specifically talks about caste. So we were conscious of the fact. I think the main reason might be it's too complicated to explore all the layers. It takes certain kind of research and honesty, and sometimes producers are not interested, and sometimes people are afraid of possible attacks on them by certain organizations,
Which you also had.
which we also had, but we were prepared for that. We were prepared for that, and we knew that we are taking an objective approach. So, and we are not taking sides. Our main enemy was casteism. So, and we were trying to explore casteism in all the castes. So a Brahmin might not be a casteist sometimes. Someone who's born a Brahmin, and a Dalit might be a casteist sometimes. So we've tried to explore everything, relationship between people. So I think these are the reasons why people don't make many films on such issues. But we were very angry about it. Before we started writing, the kind of atrocities which are taking place in 21st century India. Some incidents like a kid was beaten to death in Aligarh last year because he touched balloons in a temple. Dalit kid in a temple on the day of Janmashtami. That incident.
Yeah, one hears of so many cases.
Every day you open a newspaper and you find
there's
case.
Something or the other.
And these incidents have stopped troubling us.
Right. Has there been a personal experience as well? Something, because I read that you saw your uncle's
I saw an uncle slapping somebody from the minority when I was very small, and one adult was slapping another adult just because he was from a caste or
Right.
religion. So that stayed with me. And you don't offer water to people in the same glasses. Somebody who cleans your mohalla or somebody who cleans your house. So these kind of regular things. I witnessed people differentiating in Bombay also. So they don't say they are differentiating because of the caste, but some people say कि ये लोग clean नहीं है उतने.
Right.
तो एक बार मैं लिफ्ट में जा रहा था. Very interesting incident happened while writing the script. That so I was going to meet Anubhav. तो लिफ्ट में एक बंदा मिला मुझे अंधेरी में. And two courier guys were in the lift. So they were definitely not, they were underprivileged. So उनके कपड़ों से उसको लगा होगा. So this one guy stood like this. And when they got off at some floor, he said कि इन लोगों के लिए अलग लिफ्ट नहीं है क्या? तो I asked him, इन लोगों के लिए अलग लिफ्ट क्यों? तो he said कि नहीं, आजकल बीमारियां बहुत फैल रही हैं, लोग क्लीन नहीं रहते हैं. उसने कास्ट का नाम नहीं लिया, बट उसके दिमाग में कास्ट थी. तो वो दिल्ली, मैंने उससे पूछा कि एंड इंटरेस्टिंगली ही वाज कमिंग टू मीट अनुभव. ही वाज एन एक्टर और he wanted to play some part in a film.
Right.
So उसका काम वहीं पे खत्म हो गया. लेकिन I asked him कि where are you from? He said I was born in Delhi. Now I have been in Bombay for around 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
So ये शहरों में भी होता है, पढ़े लिखे लोगों में भी होता है, institutions में देखा है हम सब ने.
Yeah. You have like really like institutions that are very reputed and supposed to produce the best people of the country with no Dalit sort of representation, right? In faculty. So
and in media also. It's
yeah.
surprising, it's disturbing, but we don't talk about it. What middle class, upper caste people in cities talk mostly about is that we should end reservation because we don't need it. Because there is
so
no
disgruntled
casteism.
people are, I didn't get that seat
Right.
Because
so they are not disgruntled about the lack of jobs. Government has not been giving them enough jobs. So लेकिन आपको उसके हिस्से में से लेना है. और जो centuries की वजह से है वो reservation, it's a long debate. आप उसको ऐसा सीधा नहीं बोल सकते कि ये क्यों है या ये क्यों है. There should be, I believe that there should be a reservation on economic basis also. But वो caste को replace caste के reservation को replace करके नहीं आना चाहिए. So we can afford to be indifferent about this. So we are indifferent. So we wanted to say something which goes beyond the newspaper headlines, which goes beyond this drawing room debates among evolved people, so-called evolved people.
Right.
So we wanted to make a point.
Who might discuss it, but then we'll go back to their lives. Right? Yeah.
And we wanted to say something जो लोग सिम्बा भी देखते हैं उन तक भी पहुंचे वो बात. So that's why we made it.
That's the kind of narrative you chose. I was just going to get to that. You have said that you didn't want it to be like a social drama and wanted the pace of a thriller. So when you have made a conscious decision like this, how do you like then frame the narrative? Like what would you do in the scenes to make it like that?
So that's an interesting question. So when I told Anubhav that we should make a thriller out of this, because otherwise it could be a preachy social drama, and people will say that it's very important film, but it might not be a so engaging or good film. A film should be a good film first of all. So that's why thriller angle came, and that's why the missing girl came. The real incident where we started from, the Badaयूं one, उसमें तो 2 ही लड़कियां थी. Then we decided कि एक तीसरी लड़की होगी, and while she's missing, that she gives us a hope that we can find her.
There's an end point to that.
And she brings thriller. So it was challenging, but we started making notes. what are the points we need to make, what are the ideological things, what are the social political comments we have to make. And then we saw every scene from two filters. What does it say, and is it thrilling enough?
Right.
So some of the days we used to see from thriller angle. स्क्रिप्ट में कुछ नहीं देखते थे क्या बोल रही है, सिर्फ थ्रिलर एंगल. एंड सम ऑफ द डेज हमारा गेज सिर्फ यही होता था कि बात क्या कह रहे हैं. एंड बात कहते कहते प्रीच ही नहीं होना. वेरी कॉन्शियस अबाउट दैट. वी वर वेरी ट्राई टू बी रिस्ट्रेन्ड. that's what my approach is normally. थोड़ा कम बोलो.
ही बोलने वाला था कि the bone I had to pick and like some other people were कि मतलब ऐसा लग रहा था कि उनकी जो गर्लफ्रेंड का कैरेक्टर है सिर्फ इसलिए था to like a conscience board for Ayan. मतलब it was that dynamic really essential, and if it was, then what did you see it bringing to the story?
It was something about which we were not sure for a long time. We wrote it. Some of the people in the crew said that, do you need it? So the kind of response we are getting. Some of the people are liking it. Some of the people are saying, do you need it?
Yeah.
So same response.
Yeah, some people have found it a refreshing equation.
Yeah. Because we have turned the equation normally from the Bollywood stereotypes.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of things which we needed to say about the privilege of this guy. That he is a sensitive guy, but he has been unaffected throughout his life. So for that we needed a character from his other life, जो उसकी पहले की life है. So at one point we started discussing should Aditi come earlier to Lalgaon in the film, but I think that was not working with the other parts of the script. So Ayan ka entitlement, or Ayan, it's Ayan talking to a more evolved, more progressive partner. I think Ayan जो फिल्म के एंड में बनता है आदिति वो पहले से है.
Right.
और शायद उनकी रिलेशनशिप के बीच में एक टसल यही रहा है कि अयान वो कहती है ना, कहता है मुझे कॉलेज वाला बॉयफ्रेंड समझती है अभी तक, हमारी बहस होती रहती है. तो उनकी रिलेशनशिप पे भी एक टेक था हमारा कि वो रिलेशनशिप थोड़ी सी संभल जाती है. वी डोंट नो व्हाट विल हैपन आफ्टर दैट बिकॉज वी डोंट कमिट. शी डजंट से दैट आई लव यू, शी डजंट से दैट आई विल स्टे विद यू. बट एंड इट वाज एन इंटरेस्टिंग opportunity to reverse that stereotype. So we kept it. Right. Because वही श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन वाला जो किसी ने बोला है.
She's Krishna और वो अर्जुन है.
तो I think ये एक मौका था उस तरह की relationship पे बात करने का.
There's also this thing that the gaze of the film was from Ayan's perspective, right? Yeah. Which is why जब आप पहली बार village में आते तो आप ऐसी खूबसूरत ऐसी
countryside India is so beautiful. दिल्ली की सारी ऑक्सीजन यहीं आ गई.
हाँ, exactly. और it just looks so pretty and वैसा होता नहीं है. I mean, there's a lot of layers and a lot of like
when you visit countryside India for 2 days, you like the serenity, you like the greenery.
like वो शहर की ये
और एक गांव का nostalgia है
हसल बसल से दूर
stories में कि वहाँ पे सब अच्छा है, लोग सीधे हैं. So the world is not like that.
Villages so innocent, you know, all these
and Indian villages are much more casteist than the cities. Cities have not consciously done it, but because of the nature of the cities.
Right.
So many people keep migrating, coming to them and leaving them. So they can't afford to be that rigid.
Right. So the choice for it to be Ayan's gaze and say not Nishad's gaze was a conscious effort, right? Because he could have also been the protagonist of the film.
And it could have been a very interesting film too. But I think there are two reasons to that. Because the story started from Ayan's point of view, and the idea of Nishad came a bit later.
जो उस किताब की नहीं चलने देता जिसकी ये शपथ लेते.
यही तो लड़ाई है निशाद, उस किताब की चलानी पड़ेगी, उसी से चलेगा देश.
We wanted to talk to entitled youth, upper caste North Indian male, जिनको जो बोलते हैं कि रिजर्वेशन खत्म कर दो क्योंकि जातिवाद खत्म हो गया है. So we wanted to talk to them and
या जिनको पता भी नहीं है कि ऐसा है,
जिनको पता भी नहीं, जिनको लगता है, बहुत कुछ लोग ऐसे भी हैं जिनको लगता है सोसाइटी कास्टलेस है। तो उन सब से बात करने के लिए तरीका ये सही लगा कि एक हमने बहुत दिन तक सोचा कि लड़की भी हो सकती है क्या, एटलीस्ट वी केप्ट ऑन thinking about this for around 2-3 weeks. Can Ayan be a girl?
Why couldn't it be a female cop?
Yeah. And वो एक अलग अच्छी फिल्म हो सकती थी, but then वो a girl would have been already aware about what's happening, a bit more aware, even if she is a Brahmin girl. So she is not privileged. She's not that privileged.
Right.
So that's why a Dalit couldn't be an option to tell this story.
Correct.
In which the protagonist changes.
Right. Is unaware, goes from being slightly unaware
things
to...
unravel for him,
right.
and he kind of changes. So उसके लिए अयान का entitled होना बहुत जरूरी था.
But like speaking a little bit about the end of the film, did you ऐसा क्यों लगा कि आयुष्मान कैरेक्टर को उस लड़की को उठा के in the end he had to walk towards the thing versus it just being them just finding her?
So you'll find please.
I mean I understand that it was some sort of cathartic moment maybe to create that yes it's done and there is hope. And yes, we can move on to
so there
look forward to better things.
There are few shots in the film जिसमें हम मेरे और अनुभव में disagreement था. This was one of them. कि इसको उठाना नहीं चाहिए. हमने बहुत argument किया. Even the DOP of the film, Yuvan, he said कि नहीं, this should not be in the film. This गोद में उठा के लाने वाला. But अनुभव was sure कि ये होना चाहिए उनके point of view से ऐसा था. So this shot, एक और shot है जिसपे मुझे थोड़ा problem थी, जिसमें गौरा हाथ जोड़ती है जब गाड़ी में जा रही है.
Exactly, yeah.
And in my mind, Gaura was a bit more aggressive, more angry than she is. So गौरा के character पे हम दोनों का थोड़ा सा अलग point of view था, और इन 2-3 scenes पे अलग था. But because directorial call होती है, I think अनुभव के point of view से अगर मैं देखूं, so he had a Bollywood hero in the film.
Right.
And when he wanted to connect to the masses, वो कुछ heroic moment चाहते थे. So अयान ब्राह्मण है इसलिए उठा रहा है, ये point नहीं था उनके दिमाग में मेरे ख्याल से. Because अयान is a Bollywood hero. आयुष्मान खुराना उठा रहा है.
Right.
So I think वो catharsis mass audience के दिमाग में होता है. Maybe I'm not sure, but maybe they like this more.
Right.
My point of view was कि गौरा को उठाना चाहिए और जाटव should pick her up.
Right.
So, but this was a small difference.
Because I think you've been asked this a lot about it, the whole Brahmin...
Brahmin savior.
Savior.
And I keep on saying that if you remove these couple of scenes, he's not a savior at all.
Right.
These scenes which show him in a Bollywood hero light give an impression that he is a savior. Otherwise, he is just trying to do his job. He's just trying to be an ally. Which I also want to do. I want to be an ally. I don't want to be a savior. I can't be a savior. Yeah.
So where do you meet a director when it comes to these things? How much, like of course this is your first film as a screenwriter.
Yeah.
How do you let your baby go and like, you know, be involved into this thing? Are you there on the set all the time?
I was there on the set. So, and thanks to Anubhav that he appreciated my suggestions in everything, and at most of the times we took combined calls. And जब मैं बहुत disagree होता था तो उन्होंने मेरे सुनते थे हर बात पे. Sets पे भी हमने rewriting की और dialogues change किए. Some of the much appreciated scenes of the film were written on the set. So
did you consult Dalit writers or activists or actually somebody from
Anubhav
the
consulted
community?
Couple of people who have been working in Dalit literature and they are journalists. So he ran the script through them, and
but not someone specifically from the lower caste.
I did not consult anybody from the lower caste, but like I have been saying that Om Prakash Valmiki's Juthan has been it's his autobiography and very effective book, very disturbing book. It has been a guiding light. and I think we tried to be as objective as real as possible. And मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगा कि कोई बड़ा ऐसा ऑब्जेक्शन आया हो कि आपने एक ऐसी आई से देखा है जो सही नहीं है. So because I think I have been thinking about this for a long time. I've been reading about this for a long time. So I thought that I can do justice. I tried my best.
सर ये 3 लड़कियां अपनी दिहाड़ी में सिर्फ 3 रुपए एक्स्ट्रा मांग रही थी. 3 रुपए जो मिनरल वाटर आप पी रहे हैं उसके 2 या 3 घूंट के बराबर. उनकी इस गलती की वजह से उनका रेप हो गया सर. उनको मार के पेट पे टांग दिया गया ताकि पूरी जात को उनकी औकात याद रहे.
What's your writing process like? Are you erratic? Do you have a schedule? Do you have like places that inspire you?
I don't have a schedule. I normally write in evenings or nights, and sometimes music helps a lot. Right kind of music may trigger something at the right moment. But उसके लिए कई बार ढूंढना पड़ता है, ये करो वो करो, inspiration के लिए. Still, photographs inspire me a lot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just look at a bunch of pictures.
Yeah. I keep on looking at random still black and white photographs, and they evoke something. So they have helped me a lot.
And what does that do for you? It just helps you set you in a mood or something?
Set me in a mood, and they set me think about a situation, about some people. किसी का बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग फेस होता है स्टिल फोटोग्राफ में, और मैं उसको देखते देखते सोचने लगता हूँ कि इसकी जिंदगी क्या होगी. तो उसकी जिंदगी से कुछ निकलता है, लाइक and I try to stay with my characters when I'm not writing. So I keep on thinking about Nishad, Gaura, Jatav, Ayan, Aditi. So that while I'm writing their dialogues, तो मैं उनकी वॉइस में बात कर सकूं. और इवन ब्रह्मदत्त के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैंने बहुत दिनों तक सोचा. I thought from Nihal's point of view for a long time, and कि कोई आदमी रेप क्यों करता है, और रेप करने के बाद किस किस तरह की फीलिंग हो सकती है. तो एक निहाल के अंदर एक फीलिंग है रेप के बाद, एक अंशु के अंदर है, और एक ब्रह्मदत्त के अंदर है. तीनों की फीलिंग अलग अलग है. निहाल के अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा गिल्ट है, ब्रह्मदत्त के अंदर शायद थोड़ा सा गिल्ट है, बट ही वॉन्ट्स टू फॉरगेट इट. वो जिंदगी भर जो सिस्टम में रहा है, करप्ट है, उसको रहा है. और अंशु के अंदर कोई नहीं है, उसको लगता है औकात में नहीं रखेंगे तो काम कैसे करेंगे. तो ये 3 एंगल हैं जो ब्लैक एंड वाइट है ना, हीरो और विलन का. एंड दैट्स व्हाट I didn't want to
हो ही
do.
नहीं सकता ना.
Yeah, वो हो ही नहीं सकता.
कोई ऐसा होता ही नहीं. Everyone's great.
Right, and that's why that scene is very important to me when Ayan tells Nihal's sister that he committed rape, and because we should talk to our kids about these things. Also, जो rapist होते हैं उनकी भी families होती है ना. They are humans. कभी कभी सोसाइटी उनको पूरी को एक ही लाइट में देखने लगती है कि इनके परिवार को बेदखल कर दो. तो I wanted to talk about that too, and I wanted to talk about that guilt also. I don't know उस guilt का करें क्या, which Ayan asks कि I don't know कि इससे कुछ फायदा होगा या नहीं, पर तेरे भाई को एहसास था. तो वो सब बातें करनी, रेप के अराउंड भी जो बातें कर सके वो की. और तो my process is kind of uncertain. कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है. हाँ.
Filmmakers have said कि these are filmmakers, I don't know how it works for writers, कि a lot of times when they write their own films, या उनको inspiration या तो angst से आती है, like had from some painful experience,
Right.
या तो you want to change something in the world, and in दो जगहों में से you get ideas too. Do you agree with this?
I kind of agree with this.
And if not, then what?
जब आप बहुत खुश होते हो तब आप खुशी का मजा लेना चाहते हो. When you are happy about something, then you don't write. So when I write comedy also, when I write humor or about love, that comes from the need for an ideal kind of relationship कि यार ऐसा होता तो कितना अच्छा होता, या ऐसी funny life होती तो कितना अच्छा होता. ऐसा नहीं होता कि लाइफ फनी होती है तो आप उसको कॉपी करते हो. You are inspired from certain incidents,
but it's more aspirational for you.
Right. And कभी-कभी तो आप ज्यादातर आप ट्रेजेडी को कॉमेडी में बदलते हो.
Chaplin made a life out of it.
Yeah. And हमारी फिल्म का जो सारा ह्यूमर है वो उसी आयरनी से आ रहा है कि ऐसी दुनिया में हम रह रहे हैं. So I think you're right. And for me, the anger drives a lot of things. So I was very angry while I was writing Article 15. So what Ayan speaks or what Nishad speaks is what I wanted to say. I might have said it on Facebook, पर उससे वो कम लोगों तक पहुंचता, और वो Facebook पे एंगर बहुत एमलेसली डिवाइड हो जाता है, वो प्रेशर कुकर का वॉल से निकलती रहती है सीटी.
करेक्ट, वहाँ पे 100 ओपिनियंस आएंगे, people fight with each
फिर
other.
अक्कल आप किसी और चीज पे
Becomes
गुस्सा कर
noise.
रहे होगे. So we wanted to make something जो ज्यादा असर करे शायद. और उसका एक वो ब्रह्मदत्त इसलिए बोलता भी ना कि फेसबुक पे राइटिंग कर लीजिए, because the system wants you to write on Facebook.
Yeah.
System wants
And you also feel good about it. That,
right.
hey, my conscience is
मेरा
clear.
काम हो गया है, मैंने अपनी
बोल
लिख दिया,
दिया
इस पे
इसके बारे में.
175 लाइक आ गए हैं, 15 लोगों ने इसको शेयर कर दिया है. The system is happy with that. The system is happy unless you don't come on the road. And the Facebook helps in that.
Yeah, don't actually really
Don't
protest
actually
about it.
protest about it. So यही है.
So, but tell me a little bit about just writing a Bollywood screenplay. Okay, so I think, I don't know which director said this, but like it's the only industry where we have an interval, and you have to like build from the point where you just stopped, right?
Right.
So, what are the challenges of like crafting?
So normally intervals don't come to you naturally, because when you write short stories or when you think about
just
something,
pause,
you don't divide it in two halves.
Yeah.
But interval is very important part of the Bollywood. And thankfully in this script, after we named it Article 15, it was named Kanpur Dehat in the beginning, then we wanted to name it on something related to Constitution. So after we named it Article 15, तो मेरे दिमाग में clear था कि interval Article 15 पे होना चाहिए. So we are not talking about it in the film, but then the scene
And the song
came into the
playing
mind.
on the
Yeah,
side.
the song came on the edit. We were not sure about the song in the so the editor Yasha, she came up with the idea of using the song music in the background, and वो श्योर हो गया कि इंटरवल पे अयान उठेगा और एक फोटोकॉपी निकालेगा आर्टिकल 15 की और चिपकाएगा एंड इट विल स्टे. सो आई थिंक इंटरवल के अलावा वो कहीं नहीं कर सकते थे. इन दैट वे बॉलीवुड हेल्प्ड अस. सो दैट वाज
इस स्क्रीनप्ले में
इंटरवल अच्छा था. एंड जब दोबारा शुरू होता है सेकंड हाफ, then because we have to remind people of the story कि हमारा क्या कहानी है, तो हम उस मिसिंग पिक्चर से शुरू करते हैं. So that जैसे ही आप आए आपको पता चला कि लड़की ढूंढने की कहानी है.
Right. And you're starting from a high point.
Right.
You're an IITian, okay?
Yeah.
And like you jumped from like engineering, you went to FTII, did a course, almost went to FTII.
Yeah. I was
supposed to do a
they
course in
selected me
filmmaking,
for the direction course.
but
I didn't take up.
But you worked instead for a
I
couple
worked
of years
instead
and-
for a few months. Then I worked. I wrote for Tehelka for a while on society and cinema. Yeah.
How did this interest in films come about?
I think it was from my childhood. I think it came from Bollywood only, mainstream Bollywood films.
We're all grown up on that.
Yeah. And I was so mesmerized by this storytelling and how you can move people.
Yeah.
The real life was much more boring than the films. So, and I used to feel a lot in my childhood also. So पढ़ता बहुत था. Then I was good in studies. तो मिडिल क्लास एस्पिरेशंस यही होते हैं कि आईआईटी चले जाओ ये वो. आईआईटी जाके I kept on reading more. I started writing more seriously, and in second or third year I realized that I want to be a filmmaker. So and I think a change was happening in the Bollywood at that time. There was a famous blog, passionforcinema.com, on which a lot of good directors and writers used to write. So I used to read that. Then so many exciting filmmakers were coming. Rang De Basanti came around that time. Omkara, Makbul, Anurag Kashyap, Dibakar Banerjee, Imtiaz Ali, all of them were doing very good. So that was the exciting time that inspired someone like me. I could have only written short stories and literature. But through cinema, I had more art forms to use. I can reach to much more people. Yeah. So that's how this change happened.
So you arrived in Bombay,
Yeah.
okay, in like 2015, right?
Yeah.
And
No, I arrived in 2011.
2011. So then you like, how hard has it been as a writer? How do you like put your work out there? How do you navigate through Bollywood?
It is quite challenging when you're new, when you're outsider, when you don't know much people. Thankfully, I met Anurag while I was in Delhi and I was writing with Tehelka. He liked my work, or he said, "Do you want to come to Bombay?" And I wanted to come to Bombay. And I got my first work in first 6 months after coming to Bombay. So that was encouraging, but period after that was quite tough. Financially also, because Bombay is much
Of course,
more expensive, and it's very fast, it's very competitive. For an artist, I'm not sure if it's the right place to live for a writer, for a painter, for a filmmaker, but ironically हमारी सारी industry है. तो वो साल मुश्किल थे, but there was this desire, this need to keep on saying stories. So I kept on writing drafts after drafts. मैंने बहुत स्क्रिप्ट्स लिखी उस बीच में जो बनी नहीं, कुछ हुआ, ये हुआ. कुछ बड़ी फिल्में भी थी जो मुझे मिली, बट वो बनी नहीं बाद में. तो वो होता रहा, और पिछले 3-4 साल से लग रहा था कि अभी कुछ होने वाला है, अभी कुछ होने वाला है, तो उससे चलता रहा. और एडवर्टाइजिंग के लिए लिख रहा था, उससे दाल रोटी चल रही थी.
But are there like any funny instances of like producers saying strange things to writers? Like, were there anything that somebody told you when you wanted to
a friend told me that a producer asked him to come and meet him in some 5-star hotel near the airport, and he said, "I want you to write a script for me." And he was staying in a suite which would have cost him more than 10,000 rupees per day, and he offered this guy that I'll give you 10,000 rupees to write a script. Entire script in the same room. So I told him that you should have written script SCRIPT on a paper and given him, and then give me.
Or just added a few more zeros to it.
Right. So that's crazy. A big producer met me a couple of years ago, and he said, "I have something in mind. I have been thinking about a story for a long time. I want you to write it. I've heard that you are a very good writer, so I want you to write it. But I can't give you any credit because I've been thinking about it for a long time." So
okay, do my work for me. Please.
Yeah, sometimes people give you one-liner and they say, "This is the story. I'll keep the story credits."
Oh, God.
So it could be a concept, it could be an idea, but it's not a story. A story is at least an entire graph of the script, characters.
But are things getting better for writers? Like you seeing it
things are getting better for me, especially after Article 15.
And you don't want to direct or anything?
I want to direct. Very soon I want to direct. Maybe next year or next to next year. I've been working on a couple of scripts which I want to direct. And things are getting better because of this OTT platforms are coming.
Right.
And people need much more writers than before.
Yeah.
So they
so
have
much more content.
Yeah. And they need to pay them now. Credit भी देना पड़ रहा है. थोड़ा इंटरनेट के आने के बाद, बिकॉज कोई आवाज जल्दी उठा सकता है. अगर किसी राइटर के साथ आप गलत करोगे, वो लिख देगा और वहां से वो पॉपुलर हो सकता है. सो थोड़ा संभल के करते हैं, बट स्टिल एक्सप्लॉयटेशन बहुत ज्यादा है. People try to steal your credits all the time. People try to do that. And मेरे साथ जब भी ये मौके हुए, मैं काफी अड़ गया हूँ. बड़ा तो कई बार शुरू में लोगों को अजीब भी लगता था, क्योंकि लोगों को आदत नहीं है
that someone's protesting.
Someone is protesting against someone powerful. So, but now things are getting smoother for me. But there are so many incidents. A lyricist friend told me that he wrote lyrics for a big film, super hit film, and for which he was paid 25,000 rupees for a song. And the film earned more than 100 crores.
Oh God.
So that's how
the disparities.
Big director, big producer, acclaimed people, and that's how they're dealing their talent. So that disparity is very disturbing. People keep on complaining about कि writers नहीं है हमारे पास, अच्छे writers नहीं आ रहे. I say that you should have nurtured them 10-20-30 साल पहले से, so that more talented, intelligent people aspire to be writers. So, but I hope things will get better. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the film again. It was such an enjoyable film.
Thank you.
And looking forward to so much more work from you. So thank you for being on the Quint. And thank you so much for doing this. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
So that was Gaurav Solanki taking us through the process of screenwriting for Article 15. May he keep writing so that we can keep watching. Next Wednesday, I will be in conversation with director Sujoy Ghosh about his new Netflix series Typewriter, creating thrillers, and why everyone always asks him about Kahani. Before I sign off, don't forget to subscribe to the Quint's channel on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or any of the several platforms we're on right now. See you.